Hello and welcome to another interesting edition of the program Away from Oil. We know the insect called the bee. Most people believe that the bee is dangerous, it is not to be associated with, it can sting man. Yes, there are basic truths about the bee. But yet you and I know that one of the sweetest liquid ever tested by man is courtesy of the bee. I'm talking about honey. All right, and that of course will be our focus on Away from Oil today, beekeeping, otherwise known as apiculture. Well, during our trip to the National Root Crops Research Institute, Umudike, Umuahia, Abia State, we happened to have visited the apiculture unit and of course had the head of apiculture take us round about everything concerning beekeeping. Some of the products of beekeeping, why it's important, all the products that come out of it, and by the way, why should you invest on beekeeping? How would it increase or multiply your economic base? Why should you forget about investing in oil and other oil products and put your money on beekeeping? All right, you will get to find out as we proceed on today's outing of Away from Oil. Once again, thank you for joining us. I am Mina Adobe Okobasi. Let's go there. Beekeeping is the maintenance of bee colonies, commonly by man-made hives by humans. One who keeps bee is called a beekeeper or apiarist. They keep the bees in order to collect their honey and other products that the hive produces, which includes bee wax, propolis, flower pollen, bee pollen, and royal jelly. Location where bees are kept is called an apiary or bee yard.
In apiculture, we are into beekeeping and honey production. As you can see, this is a bee hive. Beekeeping has been in practice for many years in Nigeria, and it plays a significant role as a source of additional income and nutrition for farmers and the users of the products. Formerly, the bees, their natural habitat is hollow of trees, and some you find them at the rock crevice. So because we want to rear them, we have discovered the importance of bees to human beings. We now decided to provide a man-made house for them, which is called bee hive. You can see here, this is bee hive. It has 10 frames inside it, and it is in these frames that the bees attach their combs. Before you can attract bees into this hive, there is something we call attractant. Attractant is anything the bees like. You use it to rub on the frames hive, then you place some at the entrance here. You can see the bees have started coming already because of the attractant we applied here. So you apply the attractant and then keep the bees in your apiary. Apiary is bee farm. The bees will now come, and if they find the place comfortable, it will now become their home. And bees are very important to human beings. They help in pollinating our crops, thereby causing the crops to have better yield. And they add to our health, like they are very nutrition to human beings. In the food processing industry, they use the beef products like honey to produce some of the food we eat, and in pharmaceutical industry, they use their products to produce their drugs. And it's not only honey that the bees produce. There are other bee products, like we have beeswax, we have royal jelly, we have propolis, and we have bee pollen. Each of them has a very significant role to play in humans' life. Like honey, as I told you, they are very medicinal. It takes care of our cough. If you have cough, if you have wound, honey takes care of it. And the bee wax. The wax, you get the wax after extracting honey from the comb. Now you heat it and then process it and get the beeswax. And the beeswax serves for so many purposes. They use it in candle preparation, mansion polish, like those in the pharmaceutical industry, like all these drugs we took, Ampiclos, tetracycline, and the rest of them. They use beeswax to produce the cover of it. Then come to the side of propolis. Propolis is very medicinal to human beings as well. Even the bees also use propolis. They use it to do embalm, like if there is any excess gap in this hive now, they will use propolis to reduce the gap. And if there is anything that is dead, because bees are very neat insects, they use the propolis to embalm the dead object so that it will not affect their products. Okay. As a beekeeper, if you want to install this hive now, you first of all install the first one. So once they colonize and fill up their combs in this one, you now place the second one. It is called, you now place, if they fill up their honey here, you now place the second one, and this one will become the super, while this one will become the honey chamber. Now if you want to harvest, you harvest both the upper chamber, which is the honey chamber, and then the lower chamber. And if it is a hive that did very well, you can harvest 2 times or 3 times in a year, and you see that you will get much money out of it. So you can't compare beekeeping with other agricultural products, because in terms of beekeeping, it gives you greater income compared to cassava or any other product where you will invest so much. But beekeeping requires minimal investment, but at the end you will yield much. As you can see, these are some of the products we got from the bees. This is honey, this is beeswax, and this is propolis. So the honey is, after harvesting, you extract the comb. You extract the honey out from the comb. Then the chaff of it, you use it to produce the beeswax. You now allow the honey to settle. You scoop it out and then package it to now become pure, unadulterated honey produced. And these are some of the equipment we use in beekeeping. In beekeeping, it involves 2 groups of people: the traditional method and the modern method. Here we practice modern method of beekeeping, which involves the use of smoker. You put in fire into the smoker. Anything that produces smoke, you put in smoke, and then you puff in the smoke, the smoke into the hive. The smoke will now make the bees to feel weak. Unlike the other side, where they use fire to kill the bees. They are honey hunters, but here we are bee rearers. We don't kill bees. What we do, we use smoke to weaken them, take whatever they produce, and then the bees will still remain alive. And we don't encourage people to kill the bees, because if you continue killing the bees, at the end you will not see any bees around to pollinate our crops and also get some of the products from the bees, which are very important and nutritious to human beings.
Eslobos Integrated Farms Limited is a branch of Eslobos Group of Companies located at number 224 Eneka Iguruta Airport Road. It is the next stop over when it comes to farm produce, training and consultancy on the world best practices. The poultry section prides itself of over 5,000 birds per pen and cage, with a total of about 6 pens and a harvest per day of 10,000 crates. The fishery section is second to none, with about 24 concrete ponds, with a capacity of 10,000 fishes for each, and we're in custom seals, snail production of over 15,000 table sizes, and a plantain plantation. Our farm market has the best processing unit and the mother of them all, the feed mill, with production capacity of over 14 tons per day. What else can we ask for? For bookings and inquiries, call the following numbers or visit our social media handles on your screen. Eslabos Integrated Farms Limited. We are proudly Nigeria. Beekeeping is an amazing experience. Apart from the several products that bees provide, which include pollination of flowers, wax used by production companies, and honey, which is not only medicinal but nutritive to health. Queen bee breeding is key and more profitable in beekeeping, as you can also sell nucs, that is, nucleus colony, to other beekeeping farmers. Quality colony of bee pollinates flowers around the environment and gives good blossoms. Honeycomb with honey in the wax can also be sold and good money made. You can choose to purchase a nuc from a local apiary. You can also purchase a package of bees and a separate queen, or you can capture a swarm if one happens to take up residence on your property. The advantages of buying a nuc when starting beekeeping is that the bee are already starting to produce comb and honey when you bring them home. Integrated Farms Limited is a branch of Eslobos Group of Companies located at number 224 Enneka Iguruta Airport Road. It is the next stop over when it comes to farm produce, training and consultancy on the world best practices. The poultry section prides itself of over 5,000 birds per pen and cage, with a total of about 6 pens and a harvest per day of 10,000 crates. The fishery section is second to none, with about 24 concrete ponds, with a capacity of 10,000 fishes for each, and we're in constant sales. Snail production of over 15,000 table sizes, and a plantain plantation. Our farm market has the best processing unit and the mother of them all, the feed mill, with production capacity of over 40 tons per day. What else can we ask for? For bookings and inquiries, call the following numbers or visit our social media handles on your screen. Eslobos Integrated Farms Limited. We are proudly Nigeria.
Interesting kind of farming, right? Well, I refuse to be anywhere near that bill. In as much as they say it is a safe place. I mean, they are friendly. I don't want to test to be able to have the experience. But all the same, I'm sure you enjoyed all that we brought to you about this bee. I mean, you have seen the step-to-step method of beekeeping. You've also seen the product that is realizable. You have also seen how, interesting and beneficial, as well as how it can improve your economic base. So, what are we waiting for? I'm sure it's something you want to put your money into. Why don't you give it a trial? After all, it's not expensive to start, but you can reap so much out of it. Thank you for being part of the show Away from Oil today. Let's do this again sometime next week. Until then, it's bye-bye.